So, I think I've made enough videos on the WuWa Annie at this point. I've expressed my disappointment. A lot of people agree with me, but a lot of people in the comments, they're calling me a, drama farmer, view farmer. I want Tectone to react to my videos, even though I'm completely fucking unmonetized, and all drama would do is give me more of a headache. However, I just want to, take a break from the WuWa stuff, and instead I want to talk about Honkai Star Rail, because lately I have been talking about WuWa a lot because I've been playing WuWa, right? There hasn't really been anything to do on HSR. I did like a 6-hour stream grinding WuWa yesterday, doing a bunch of exploration and talking with chat, and I've just been grinding WuWa like crazy, so that's why I've had WuWa on my mind a lot. However, I've kind of neglected HSR a little bit, and so I want to talk about a lot of stuff that I missed and haven't talked about, but will talk about in this video, right? And all I'll say is, yes, these are leaks, so take them with some speculation. However, some of these leaks specifically are incredibly exciting, and if one of them is true, oh my god, right? So let's start off with the 3.4 fake collab extra info. So what this leak says is that it might feature a gameplay mode similar to Monopoly or Ludo, where players move game pieces across a board to participate and earn rewards. Pieces may have different rarities and levels, offering various buff effects depending on the piece used. There will likely be shops on the map where new pieces can be refreshed and purchased. Once certain conditions are met, such as reaching the final space or achieving a certain amount of earnings, players will be able to exchange for the collab character in the event shop, most likely being Archer, right? Potential rewards from the event include collab character, silver companion spirit, variable dice, stellar jades, credits, and more. Now, these are mostly speculations. They aren't like crazy confirmed leaks. However, if this were to be true, in 3.4 we are going to get a fake collab event that is Monopoly like, with the rewards being likely free 5-star Archer and even the possibility of silver companion spirits. For those who don't know, because I don't blame you, right, it's pretty recent, these silver companion spirits, if you get 2 of them, you can turn into one of these golden companion spirits, in which, as you can see, you can choose from any standard character or Ruanmei or Luocha, or this shop will be updated so you can also hold on to your golden companion spirit for when a better character comes in the shop that you like more, right? Which is fucking massive if it's true. It's starting to feel like 3.4 feels more like an Annie than Castrus's own patch did, right? So after this, what do we have next? Well, we have a Firefly skin and rerun in 3.4, according to Luna. Now, me personally, I think this is a little crazy that Firefly reran after Rappa's banner and is getting another rerun before Rappa even gets her first one. But I guess it is what it is, right? If this ends up being true, Firefly will get a rerun, and she'll be the first, I think, limited character in the game to get a skin in this game, which is, a lot of people are going to be pushing the Firewife allegations, right? I'm not going to sit here and act like I also didn't like how hard they push Firefly and how hard they push Castrus. They do these like MC ships, right? It bothers me too. However, I don't think it's too big of a deal. And to be honest, what I'm more worried about is when the fuck is Sunday gonna get a rerun, right? But that's it for that Firefly rerun leak. And after this, we have small crumbs on the 3.4 character buffs. Take these with a grain of salt. I don't think it's exactly confirmed. We don't even know Phanon or, Saber or Archer's kits. So knowing the reworked kits of these, characters in 3.4 is already pretty fishy, right? But first, we have a Kafka crumb, being that Kafka's follow-up will be able to trigger Dot. Now, this barely changes anything, right? She needs a lot more buffs than this. However, I'm assuming that this isn't the entire story. It's likely just a small part of the entire puzzle piece, right? So next, we go into Silverwolf, though. Now, Silverwolf has a pretty badass leaked kit that, if true, could go pretty crazy for some characters, right? So this person is saying that the Silver Wolf buff, they are giving her all enemies defense reduction by 45% for 3 turns after using ult. So this means Silver Wolf's ult would be changed to be AoE, and it would apply 45% defense reduction on everyone. For any DPSs in this game that already have a high amount of defense reduction, this is pretty fucking solid, right? It's pretty solid. Next, we have targets will be inflicted with physical, fire, ice, lightning, wind, quantum, and imaginary weaknesses. At the same time, targets who have minus 20% res reduce for 2 turns. So that's a really bad translation, but what I'm kind of getting from this is that either her ult or her skill will apply all weaknesses on an enemy, no different to how Anoxa's ult works, but she will actually put minus 20% res down. Now, whether or not this will be AoE, I'm not sure. However, we'll have to end up seeing, right? And then the last part of this kit leak is deals quantum damage equal to 250% of Silver Wolf's attack to all enemies. And that's it, right? That's it. That's all we really had to catch up on. Obviously, there's the upgraded version of Cypher that I might make a video on in the future, because I did promise a viewer that who helped me out with my day polls. I'd make an edited video on Cypher when her kit is fully done. However, that's all we have. 3.4 is looking crazy. Phanon, Fake Collab, Firefly rerun, all these older characters getting reworked. I mean, it is looking like the real anniversary, in all honesty. And that Fake Collab event, if any of that is true, we should be getting Archer free, and we might even be getting Silver Companion Spirits to even get another 5-star free as well from the event. So I'm pretty excited, right? Now, I wouldn't get your hopes up too high. These are leaks at the end of the day. However, it's nice to think about. It's 100% something nice to think about, and I'd love to see if this is truly added into 3.4 HSR. Love you all. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great night. Peace.